Okay guys, so here we are looking at this particular board. We're going to identify a couple of parts for you just so y'all guys can take a look, especially if you're trying to troubleshoot some things. These pins right here are the pin connectors that actually connect to the underside of the plate. So the white part of the plate that you actually put the Tonies on top of, this is what actually reads your the little chip on the inside and actually gets that signal to everything. So if you're having to try and troubleshoot, there are 6 little pins here, and if anything is bent or anything like that, or if they may not be pushed all the way in when you're trying to what we call reseat or put back in those items, that could be something. This right here is your headphone jack. A lot of people do have complaints that headphone jacks stop working all of a sudden. Their kids had pushed them in, pushed them out, pushed them in, pushed them out. You will notice that if this is the case, this could become loose. This point underneath here is pretty much the only point in which this little gold spot is one of the main only points in which that it is soldered on. As you can see here, here, and here on the underside are the only points in which solder actually touches this actual headphone jack. So if your child is a little bit rough, it is quite easy for this to just go bloop and come right off. Moving back on, we are looking at your speaker, which is what we removed earlier. We are looking at your buttons, which is what we removed earlier. Here is our SD card. If you have never removed your SD card before, typically there is some white material, which is right here. There's a little bit of residue before. That is why tweezers are kind of best. You don't want anything super sharp, especially when you're messing with a circuit board on here, because as you can see, there's a whole bunch of little baby microchips, and if you just start poking and prodding and stuff like that, you might accidentally nick one of these, and there goes your lovely, lovely item. Here is your battery connecting point, and then down here is the actual plug junction for your charging station. Just so you can see, there are 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then underneath 1, 2, 3, 4 solder points and a 5th main connecting point here. So with those 5 points, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is the one that actually relays your information. But with these points here, this is all that's connecting your main thing to get power to your battery. So it goes from here to here and goes into your battery. These are your main components that have a tendency to kind of become loose. So if you mess with your SD card and something happens, this might happen and come loose. This actually, sometimes this might automatically come loose because all that's connected to it is boop, a little gate. This little gate comes up and comes back down. One more time, boop, it pops right off, easily unseats, and as you can see, it has all these little pins, and that's what reads your SD card. Moving on, we will then be looking at how to fully replace that.